Hello my loves and welcome to this whimsical little fortune telling booth. This is Alexander, the fortune teller. You can see his name on the side there. There's curtains on the side. You can see I've stuck one of those little lights in to illuminate him, and there he is at the back, and you've got a crystal ball placed in front of him. So you've got a couple of layers going on. You've got Alexander, and then you've got the crystal ball sitting more forwards. From the other side we've got a crystal ball and some details down here. And then down here we've got our tickets, and we can actually take a ticket. We can, at the back, let's have a look at the back first. We've got a space where we can put the tickets in there, and then we've got these little tickets inside, so you can ask for your fortune, and you can reach in and you can take your ticket, and your ticket will say something. Fortune favours your next leap, not your next step. Risk what is familiar to find what is already waiting for you. And you can pop that one down when you're done, back into the bottom or into the pile somewhere, ready for your next fortune to be told. So that's it. What a lovely little bit of whimsy. We've got a top, obviously we've got a bottom. Looks really, really good. Fun, whimsical gift, or just a little whimsical display piece. I'm absolutely loving Alexander. Come with me, let's see how we make it. So here are all my bits and bobs cut out. Everything is reverse printed with the star paper backing, and I'm on 250 grams throughout as usual. I've got my little tickets here. I've got my actual fortune telling booth. I've got Alexander himself, and I've got some other bits and bobs here as well. Right, let's get started. So I'm going to score down this outside tab. Now this is a little fiddly, but if you have a look at yours, it probably won't show up on the video. You can see where the middle is. You've got kind of 4 patterned bars here. You're going halfway, so you're going in 2 bars in the middle of those 4 bars. And it's the same for each of these panels. There we go, that's that one. Let's get Alexander himself. And you can see where his sleeves meet the purple area. The plain purple area is the tab that you want to fold. So line up those sleeves, the edge of those sleeves. Have I gone straight there? I think so. You've got the crystal ball. You've got a light blue area at the end of the crystal ball here. There are your tabs to fold on each side. And then of course you've got these. That's quite straightforward enough. Let's line it up with the top so we know we're square. And you've got 3 on this one. And you've also got a fold to make where the end of the tab happens there, because we're going to be folding this one in half like that. You'll see. Right, now I want Alexander to sit in his window, and this is the window he's sitting in, the one without the curtains. I want him to sit so I can just see the top of his turban here. So I'm positioning this now, and I'm going to flip it over. I can do it this way around. And then I'm going to put a little line. Just try and get him straight, try and get him lined up nicely. And then I'm going to draw a line at the back of my piece there. And I am going to measure that now with the base. And for me it is, I'm in centimetres here guys, 6.2. So I'm going to transfer that across. I couldn't do this on the back of your piece. I couldn't give you a line on the back of your piece because I can't guarantee that this reverse printed sheet is going to line up perfectly for you. And you had to use it on a couple of sheets. Need a longer ruler. Now, as usual in my blooming life, I've got extremes. I've either got a massive ruler or a tiny one. And I don't know where my middle-sized ruler's disappeared to. There we are. So I'm going to draw that line across. There, and that will help me when it comes to putting these panels in. And now I'm going to fold very carefully this little tab. You don't have much to work with here, so take your time with it. You don't want to be creasing it in all the wrong places. Again, folding all these panels onto the inside, taking care each time, whoops-a-daisy, because the space between your cutouts isn't very big and you don't want to be creasing those and making an untidy job. There we go. So that is my booth. Looks great. Right, where are we now? Where's Alexander gone? There he is, look. We'll fold his shoulders under. I thought I'd gone a bit wrong with that, you know. Fold his shoulder tabs under. There, it doesn't look very straight to me. We'll see how we go. We've got these tabs on these little square shapes. Now this one with the fold on it is the base. I wanted a little bit more rigidity for the base there. And we've got this one here, which is going to be the top. And we've also got one that's going to be a middle. And this is the one I'm not sure if I'm going to use or not. Let's see how we go. So folded all your tabs. This section here is going to, not that we need it, but if you want to, you can pop this section on here to go behind Alexander if you want to, or you can stick with the star shape. I actually quite like that. Let's have a look at him without. Oh yeah, I'm going to stick this one on. I'm going to go ahead and stick this one on now, I think. You could use this for something else if you wanted. You could use this as a tag if you're gifting this. And decorate it accordingly. There we go. That lines up very, very nicely. Right, now we're going to stick our boxes, our little box shapes in and form the actual structure of the fortune telling booth. I'm going to start by gluing this section down here like this. Right, now this is a little bit of a fiddle, but it's easy enough to do. We're going to turn it over and we're going to have to do these bit by bit and then fold this round as we go. So one of the most important things to note is the position of this. In the end, you want this piece here with the fold and with no tab to line up with this cutout at the bottom here. So have your cutout facing your bottom piece. You're working on the second panel from the right, and I'm going to put a seam of glue on this tab here and stick that to the bottom, making sure it is perfectly lined up, because we're asking a lot of the whole structure to fit round and fit perfectly. There we go. Make sure it's bang in the right place and that you can fold your structure around it. There we go. And that can sit there for a moment. The next one is going to be my middle shelf, which I'm still in two minds as to whether I want to put in or not, but I think I will. These are square, doesn't matter which way around you get them. What's important is that you've folded enough of the tab over and everything fits. That looks just a little tiny bit too big to me. So I'm going to go with it actually. I'm going to see how we go. Right, so one of the tabs, seam glue. And you're going to stick this on so the top of the box is just on your line, just below your line if you like. stick this down. And just check again that everything will fold around. If it doesn't, you're going to have to take it off and make your box ever so slightly smaller. So when you're making your creases, make sure you're nice and tight on those creases. You don't want any of this paler pink showing through the edge. So that's that one. And then we've got one to go at the top as well. And of course we've got Alexander to put on. So I'm just going to let those dry for a moment. Now Alexander, here he is, is going to sit directly on top of this box here, and he's also going to sit at the back and face. This all looks rather confusing, doesn't it? And he's going to face the front, obviously. So we've got him on the side here. These two shaped cutouts are our side curtains. So we're going to take Alexander and we're going to pop a seam of glue down his left side and place him right at the back, just above your box here. That's him. That's quite simple. The crystal ball, you're going to fold these tabs, and same again, this is going to come down here somewhere. We want it to be set back from the front window, so you decide where you want that to go. I'm just going to have a little fiddle about and a look and see where I think looks good. Yeah. So I'm going to go about halfway between Alexander and this fold here. So a little seam of glue on this side, and place our crystal ball down on that line there. Get that nice and straight so it doesn't come back to bite you later on. So yeah, I've gone halfway between Alexander and this next fold there. Right, now we need to start constructing this thing. So I'm going to put we're going to fold upwards like this. Okay, so I'm going to put a seam of glue on the next tab around, and in this instance I've only got one. I've only got this box side to do, so a little seam of glue on there because this side is obviously open. And I'm going to bring this, oh no I'm not, look at me, I'm missing my top out, good grief. Right, my top is going to go at the top, just below the shaped line, like this. And you've got a couple of straight edges. You can line that up with either side of this curved shape here. So pop that on. This isn't a foldable project, by the way. You can't mail this one flat like you can with the book nooks. It's quite complicated. Right, so now we've got two tabs that we need to stick down next, which is this top one here and this one here, which has now gone nice and tacky. Hope it hasn't gone too dry. Pop a little bit more glue on just in case. Right, so I'm now going to close up this side, bringing it nice and tight around, and stick it down. Can you see this okay? It might be a bit tricky to see on the video. And you're lining this side up here with the line that you drew with the pencil. I'll tell you what, let's bring it round this way, that makes more sense. You can't see this now guys, but I can. Lining that one up with the pencil, lining this one up with the top so it's all nice and straight, and sticking these two tabs down. Can you see what's going on in there? It's a little bit tricky, this one, granted. Right, I'm going to leave that for a moment. Now with this panel here, I've got several tabs to glue. I've got this one here, I've got this one here, I've got Alexander's side, and I've got the crystal ball as well. So it's all going on this side. I'll try and make it as visible for you as I can on the video. So I've got this tab at the top. I've got this tab at this shape at the bottom here, the Alexander's table. And I've got Alexander's side tab to do. And I've also got this little crystal ball section to do as well. It's not quite as tricky as I'm making out. It's partially because I'm trying to keep everything in shot on the video. But it is a little fiddly. We don't mind that, do we? Not when we're going to get a great result at the end. Right, so we're bringing this round. Now this is where it does get fiddly. How are we going to tackle this, guys? I think I'll stick the panel down, so I need to manoeuvre this so I can see where my line is that I drew with a pencil. Line my box up with the line. I've got this top panel to line up with the top here. Pulling it round as tight as I can. There we go. Alexander, I can kind of manoeuvre like this. I know he's sitting right at the back. His tab goes flush with the back of this piece here. This piece here. My crystal ball, I feel fairly sure that I can manipulate like this with my fingers from inside. Get that nice and straight. I can see it from above. And I can get that nice and straight like that. Where are you, Alexander? You're sitting straight. Everybody's sitting straight. Everybody's happy. That's brilliant. I've got another panel here to pop it in there. That goes flush on the base. That's easy enough. I'm going to make sure that this is looking good from the front. Tuck that in. There we go, that's looking good. And the last one is the back. And for the back one, 3 panels, and I need to work quick here because I'm going to have to tuck my last panel in whilst the glue is still tacky from the last bit that we did. So I've got my 3 tabs to glue here, and I've also got my long tab to glue there. It's a very narrow little tab, that one, considering its length. Right, so now I want to tuck this long tab in. So I want to peel those back just a little bit. It's like closing a box of tea bags at this point. So you want to tuck that in. Come on. Gluey moment. There we go. That's it. Lovely. And your panels now inside, your little box shapes, you're going to have to get in there with a tool and just make sure. How do we get into that one? With my fingers, there it is. That they're glued down as well. And there we go. Bit of a fiddle to put that together. Can you see Alexander in there? I've got the light shining from the other side of the window. Let's turn him around to see if you can see him from that side. There we go. So he's in. Anyway. Right, and now we've got the cards. We can put the cards in upside down. They go in through this hole at the back here onto the floor. In the kit, you do get some blanks as well, so you can make your own. And then they just sit in there like that. You can ask Alexander your fortune. Whoops. And then put your finger in. Take out a card. There you go. Read your card. If you want to take a card from the bottom or from anywhere, you can do. And then you can pop your card back in underneath when you're done. There you go. So there's Alexander. You can't see him very well, can you? But he's in there, and you can see that he's 3D. You can see on the sides that we've got the curtains, and you can still see him through. It looks really, really good. A bit dark in there for you to see because of where the light's coming into my studio today. but he's there. I hope you love it, darlings. I hope you gift it. It's a lovely little bit of whimsy. It'd make a fantastic card. You could put your own little messages in there if you want to as well. Have fun. I will see you next time.